Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields, and thank you to all the new subscribers and, of course, longtime subscribers. Now, a tropical surge of moisture, right on track from what we've been talking about. This big area here, we've had so much rain in Jamaica, right? A lot of storminess around. That is going to continue to shift and make its way toward Belize and Honduras in particular, other areas in Central America. This is of high concern for flooding. That's spot number one. Here's spot number two that we're watching just to the northeast of Antigua and Barbuda and Anguilla. Still not seeing a lot of development out of that area, which is good. It's going to kind of get close to us, so I'll show you that as well. Let's go area by area right now. Let's start with this first spot. Now, as of now, I'm still not seeing this developing into a tropical storm. There's a slight chance it could, but as of now, the biggest concern either way, whether or not it is a named system, will be the amount of rain it has. We have this area here that's been bringing us a lot of rain. Parts of the Cayman Islands, Jamaica especially, over toward Cuba, Panama, Costa Rica, and all of this tomorrow and then into the weekend. It's just going to shift near the Yucatan of Mexico, right on top of Belize, watching Nicaragua, Honduras for a lot of rain, and Guatemala and El Salvador. So this moisture will just shift just to the west. And we've been talking about this for about 5, 6, 7 days now. I was highlighting this last week, all on track to bring that surge of moisture. Mudslides and even some life-threatening flooding will be a potential with that. I'll get into those rain totals in just a second. The European, the American, Canadian models say this will not become a tropical storm at this point. The Icon German model says this may become a tropical depression or even a low-end tropical storm. But either way, it's that rain that is going to be pumping in over the next 2 to 3 days. That is a very high concern. And you see it here. Let me start right here. Here we are in Jamaica, Cuba, here's Haiti, Cayman Islands, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Providencia, watching over towards San Andres. We've had a lot of rain. Watching our Colombian islands. Keep me posted in the comments. And then you see by tomorrow how this rain just kind of shifts toward Roatan, watching over toward Belize City, Cancun, Cozumel, seeing a higher chance of rain. And then this will roll in. Now on Saturday, this is Saturday morning, there's a slight chance if the center stays over water in the Caribbean that it could develop into a brief tropical depression or tropical storm. But either way, then it swings in on Saturday with additional rain. Here's Belize, parts of Mexico, the Yucatan on the south side, better chance of rain. And then even Guatemala and El Salvador. There's the additional rain on Honduras and still the enhancement of rain, Panama, Costa Rica, and Nicaragua. But this is a big time rain event. We've had it in Jamaica and it's shifting its way off toward the west. And I'll watch out for some development. Now, as this moves to the west, the good news is across Jamaica, the rain chance is going down some. We had some rain last night, some this morning in spots. Please keep me posted in the comments. Now, additional rain on top of what we had yesterday. Some spots could get 25 millimeters or an inch of rain, up to about 75 millimeters or 3 inches of rain. Just kind of depends on what shakes out today. But most of this will be sliding off toward the west, and this is where it goes. Look at these brighter colors. Now, best chance of higher totals would be about Cozumel south, but even in Cancun, we're going to see a high chance of rain, and then right down through Belize City, Hopkins, Ladyville. Pick your spot in Belize. Let me know in the comments what you're getting over the next few days, and then as we swing back toward Honduras, Roatan, and then swinging back toward Guatemala and El Salvador. These totals, these brighter colors are off my chart. This here would be roughly 250 millimeters of rain. So we're looking at upwards of about 10 inches of some rain right in here. It's not going to be for all of us in Belize, but spots in Belize, we could see upwards of 10 inches of tropical rain. So giving you that early heads up, so thank you for getting the word out about that. Over toward parts of Mexico, watching Honduras, and then swinging back toward Guatemala. Thank you for spreading the word, watching out for those dangerous river crossings, and of course, that is the mudslide potential. Now, this area here, where it's spinning up, the water temperatures are near 30 degrees Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. So the water temperatures are conducive for some development. That's why I mentioned a slight chance that it does try to spin up into something tropical. Warm water temperatures over here as well. That's why that other area I've been watching. But there's a lot of wind shear, and that's been helping us with both of these spots. The wind shear is what's been helping prevent them from developing. You see here, this is Saturday, so a couple days from now, that spin right here near Belize may develop a little bit, but there's a lot of wind shear right around it. The wind shear, the winds kind of crazy up above our heads that can knock off a developing system. It knocks the tops off of the clouds that are trying to build up, which is good. And then you see this little spin on Saturday north of the Dominican Republic. So each of these areas has a small window to develop, but there's a lot of wind shear where both of these areas are going, and that's why the prospects of development are not too terribly high. So that brings us to the second area we're watching here. Here we are in Puerto Rico, Haiti, Dominican Republic, British and U.S. Virgin Islands, Anguilla, St. Martin. Now today, that area is right here. It is going to mainly still be to the north, what I was showing you yesterday, and as of now, not seeing development with it. Very close to the British Virgin Islands tomorrow, and then just north of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic as we work our way into Saturday. Is there a chance it spins up? Yes, but a very small chance, and most of the models do not have this developing. The European, American, Canadian models say this is not going to be a storm in the short term or even in the long term. The German model does have this becoming a tropical depression, just like this area over here, saying, yeah, this may eventually spin up a little bit as it gets closer to the Bahamas, but I'll be watching that. In the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, parts of Cuba, we also have that front that is around, and this just may simply get tied into that front and bring additional rain. So in the Bahamas, watching things closely for that front and the prospects of additional rain. Here's the zoomed down look, and you see how this area is not as organized, and it doesn't have as much rain as what we're seeing moving from Jamaica back toward Belize, but it will bump up our rain chance some. This is tomorrow morning. You see some of the scattered showers that will be around, and then as we go forward into the day tomorrow, you can see a flare-up of some rain. Antigua, Barbuda, St. Martin, we have a better chance of rain. Tortola, over toward St. Croix, St. Thomas, and Puerto Rico. Most of it stays to the north, but even with this up there, it does kind of enhance our chance of rain as we work our way into the weekend. This here is Saturday, so a better chance of scattered showers across Puerto Rico on Saturday, and then back through the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Turks and Caicos. And then I'll watch the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos just to see how this kind of feeds in and adds additional rain to the forecast. And most of the models are not even picking up on this anymore for development. Usually there's a whole lot of squiggly lines on this, right? Some of the tropical and computer models are just simply not seeing this at this point, but overall this area of rain will just kind of work its way off to the west over the next few days. That does increase the seas, and you see that here with these fronts coming off the U.S. down through the Bahamas and Gulf. It is choppy. Seas are going to be building even further, and you see that watching this spot here. This is Saturday, meters and feet on your screen. So thinking of our boaters, mariners, if you make your living off the water, of course, things are going to be bumpier over toward the Western Caribbean, Gulf of Mexico, and those Atlantic waters as we swing into that upcoming weekend. Now here's the big picture, and you can keep an eye on both of these spots again. Here we are in Trinidad and Tobago, St. Lucia, Barbados, Grenada, St. Vincent, the Grenadines. Rain chance not as high. Stuff is mainly either to the north or back to the west right here. Here we are in the Bahamas, back through Cuba. That's where that front kind of lingers. You see this here is tomorrow, so some additional rain. And then as we work our way into Saturday, there is that system that's going to work its way into parts of Central America with a heavy and flooding rain potential. So thank you for getting that word out. Parts of Mexico, Belize, back through Honduras. And then that will shift over toward the Bay of Campeche on Sunday, but still some extra rain around. And then watching this front in this area just kind of getting tied into it. So southern Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, eastern Cuba, Haiti and the Dominican Republic, even Puerto Rico, decent shot of some rain as we work our way into Sunday. So as of now, not seeing any name system. The last one we had was Milton. The next name on the list is Nadine, then Oscar, Patty, and let's just hope we're done. Usually we get something kind of spinning up at least out there in the Atlantic as we work our way into later this month and November. The hurricane season goes until the end of November. Now, sometimes these systems kind of get pulled up here. What we're seeing here are the leftovers of fronts, these spins coming off the U.S., so unsettled weather, Bermuda, Atlantic region of Canada, of course. We've had some of the colder weather sweeping in with the fronts. Another little kind of clipper front just moving down into Quebec as we work our way into our Saturday forecast. Now the rain totals on a broader picture, we went over some earlier, but you see here parts of the Bahamas over the next few days, we could get about 4 inches of rain or 100 millimeters of rain. So let me know your island, what you got going on over the next couple days. In Cuba too, some higher totals are a potential. And then you can see Jamaica, I mentioned additional rain possible today, right? But more of that rain moves to the west. So my friends in the Cayman Islands, we're looking at some spots, especially Grand Cayman, could get 100 millimeters of rain or 4 inches of rain just as this moisture works its way off to the west. This here is a little more hit or miss, but we do have that better chance of rain. But you see most of the moisture is still riding up to the north with that tropical disturbance that's moving by. And you see Trinidad, not as much. Barbados, we've had a couple of scattered showers around. May see some Martinique and St. Lucia, back through St. Vincent, the Grenadines, Grenada. Rain chance not super high. Suriname, Guyana, and Venezuela. And then we get back here, and I was zoomed down here earlier with these very high totals, like a top 10 inches of some rain. So watching Mexico, Belize, Honduras, Guatemala, but still parts of El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama will have a few spots getting 150 millimeters of rain or 6 inches of rain just over the next 3 days. We work our way from Mexico City to the north, not as much. Texas, we have been too dry. So that rain chance still on that high side today. In Jamaica, I'll be watching those comments as we go throughout the day. Same thing, Cayman Islands, the additional rain, even some storminess around tomorrow. Trinidad and Tobago, though, our rain chance is down just a 30%, 40 to 50% chance of a passing shower. Barbados, 40 to 50% chance in St. Lucia. Next couple days, 30 to 40% chance in Grenada, and about a 30% chance today, St. Vincent of the Grenadines, 40% chance for tomorrow into Saturday. So again, kind of the hit or miss Friday. And as we work our way to the north, Martinique, passing shower possible. Passing shower the next couple days. Slightly higher chance on a Saturday in Dominica. Rain chance 30% the next 2 days in Guadeloupe. And then you see tomorrow and Saturday, no washout with this tropical disturbance nearby, but we do have a slightly better chance of those scattered showers, 50% chance. We do that again, St. Kitts, Nevis, and Montserrat tomorrow and Saturday, but the rain chance will be a touch higher, 60% chance on Saturday in Guila and St. Bart's, and about a 50 to 60% chance tomorrow and Saturday, St. Martin, Saba, and Statia, and a 50% chance tomorrow and Saturday across Puerto Rico. Scattered showers and storms. British and U.S. Virgin Islands, about a 60% chance, mainly in the British Virgin Islands, just closer to where a lot of that rain is. Bahamas, that rain chance stays on the elevated side with that front lingering. Turks and Caicos, it is going to bump up. Combination of the front and that tropical disturbance by Saturday. Dominican Republic, 40 to 50% chance. Mainly dry today in Haiti, about a 30% chance for tomorrow. And of course, all eyes on Belize. Regardless if this area gets a name or not, we are going to see some really heavy rain working in. Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, keep it in that about 20% chance of a shower. It's down slightly. Rain chance is not very high in Guyana, staying on the low side. Suriname, 20% chance the next couple days. Cuba, also unsettled with that front around, watching out for some tropical moisture as well. So scattered areas of rain. Of course, Costa Rica, Panama, it's been on the high side. And then Nicaragua, right up toward Honduras, watching out for that chance of flooding. So thank you for thinking of others and letting them know about that with that surge of moisture that is going to be moving in. And then eventually that heads toward Guatemala and El Salvador. Mexico City, though, rain chance is not very high. And watching the Yucatan, I was highlighting that, not as much in Merida, a little bit more so Cancun, and definitely more as we get toward Cozumel with that elevated chance of rain and the potential of some flooding. Northern Colombia, 50% chance the next couple days. Northern Venezuela, about a 30% chance, and a 60% chance for today in Bermuda. So really busy pattern, even though there are no name systems. Tracking that flood threat that's going to swing back from Jamaica to Belize. Small chance of development, and then that disturbance near the Northeastern Caribbean, also a small chance of development. So please be safe with the tropical flooding. I'll be monitoring that nonstop and watching the comments as we go throughout the day. Be safe if you're going to see the flooding over the next few days. I'll watch out for that. Just put your kind of location, what you got going on in the comments. I'll be getting to those. Have a good rest of your day.